Welcome to the Reinvent You Show. I'm George.
I'm Azlan. It's about seeing everyday challenges
Differently.
Good morning, everyone. This is Azlan and George, and we're the host of the Reinvent You Show. We've got a good topic today.
Oh, yeah.
I am very excited about today. I've had a eureka moment on the week.
All right. Good.
So what happened was, it starts off very sad. So I was singing, there was a Christmas event on Saturday, and
Was that the sad part you were singing?
that's right. That was the sad part.
Everybody's going, no, stop, please.
And as I was singing Frank Sinatra, My Way.
Really?
And halfway through, I started crying.
Wow.
And I was overwhelmed, right? Like there was a part of the track that says, I've done everything possible. And I just couldn't take it. I for the first time in my life, I cried singing a song, and the whole family was there. So then they went, Azlan, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not. And I said, I gotta go. So I excused myself from the dinner, and then I came back home, and I realized, what just happened there, And then I said, okay, look, maybe something's not right. So then I decided, you know what? I need to change up things. I went to retail therapy. So that's why I got all of this. I got a new PC, new lighting, new floors, wallpaper, oak. I was trying to fill a gap, right? And the only way I could explain it is that retail therapy gave me the control that I needed on my experience, because I felt that all of these things all of these things are happening to me. And so I did all of that on Sunday. And then on Monday, we had a team event at work, planning event. And I walked into the room, I wasn't feeling too good, which is very bizarre for me in the mornings, especially. And one of my workmates said to me, Azlan, how are you? How are you today? And I almost started crying. And then I realized, this is not right, man. Something is up. I'm at the top of I've never been like this. And so I came home and I told my wife, I noticed in the last couple of weeks, months, I have sunk deep into the self-pity and self-victimization mode. Because what happened was, it started reflecting at my work. I started bitching, and it's not me. And my wife said to me, Azlan, I heard you talking to the phone with your manager. You're not, you were gossiping, and you're not that kind of a guy, And I went, so those small events, and I realized I was in this pattern of self-victimization and self-pity. And I was literally expecting the worst. I wrote a YouTube clip, which I haven't published, but it was saying about how I felt unfair and selfish to be angry that things are going to change for me. Because if my father goes, my mom will need someone, and that someone's going to be me. And then I started going to this whole expecting the worst sort of theory, like, oh, she's going to come here, I have to learn how to cook. She can't cook. She doesn't eat Australian food, and and then there's going to be all this conflict between the families, because every time a new person, I was literally building this perfect storm in my head, which hasn't existed yet, right? And all of that, coupled by the fact that I didn't feel valued by my family, because I've given everything. I've never asked for anything. And even with the sale of the clinic, we sorted it all out. I didn't say, my dream at the start was to sell it. I take the money and then I invest, right? I didn't say anything. I just went, it's okay, you guys take it. Dad's in this position. You do whatever you want with it. I'm out. And then I realized the value exchange wasn't there between me and my family. So there were numerous things that was building, and I wasn't looking forward to going back.
Perfect storm.
Yeah. But it was all in my head, right? And so I wasn't looking forward to going home, because I didn't want to see my frail father. I didn't want to have to deal with my family, because I feel I'm not valued in there. There was, how I told my wife, when Christmas comes, you want to see your family. I don't. I don't want to see I don't want to hear about the negativity. I don't want to have that tense atmosphere. I don't want to see my father frail. There's nothing in there for me that I want to go back to. I don't feel valued. And so I said, okay, let's fix one thing at a time, right? There's so many things here that's unfolding. And so then I look, okay, what is causing me to cry? And it was the fact that I was expecting the worst. I was expecting the worst. That's my whole mindset. I'm going to be shit today. Work's going to be rubbish. I'm going to get under a lot of stress. I'm doing this stuff. It's all going to come crashing when I go back home. Emotionally, I won't be able to cope. And it was just one thing after the other. So then I thought, okay, let me just think about what does expecting the best mean? Because you can expect the worst and you can expect the best. None of it is real yet. But you get to choose which one you want to go to. So then why am I choosing a reality that is worse? I mean, a feeling that is worse than a good feeling, you know? And so then I started the last 2 days. And you know what's funny? My eyes, my left eye, when I'm stressed, it blurs out. I have this retina.
It blurs.
Yeah. So on the left. So it's like my warning that, Azlan, your perspective is messed up.
Wow.
I always get it.
That's amazing.
And it's like this retina fluid that just, and then you can see blobs. Like it's like you're seeing through water. So I knew, okay, on Monday, something's wrong. I have to stop. I always say I have to change my lenses because it's perspective, right? So first I decided, okay, I'm going to expect the best. So I started reading about, what is it? How do you expect the best? How do you have faith? How do you trust that everything's going to be okay? How do you live in that state of expectancy? And then I realized I've never really expected the best for myself consistently. Once and twice, yes. I don't expect myself to be promoted. I say the opposite. I say, I'm Asian. There's no way an Asian can succeed in this.
You racist.
Yeah, I am. Because I look at what I'm seeing and management just chooses Caucasians and there's no Asians up there. Caucasians might have two. So see what's happening? I'm using what I'm seeing to fix my expectations. So
confirmation bias.
Yes. And then I started looking at, okay, faith. How can I trust that everything's going to be all right? Like I have a project, right? And the person says, you're not delivering, which is, I've never heard that before from anyone that I've dealt with. And I started getting defensive. But the old Azlan will go, I will always find a way. And I've always done that consistently. I'm not even going to worry about this statement because I'm the way. Every time you plug me into a project, I win. There's just no, I expect to win. But as of the last 3 months, my mind has gone off. And it's so tricky, and I thought, wow, life, knowing what I know, and look, I'm whipping myself again. Life is so seductive. It seduces you into this pattern of thinking and you do not realize it, but it starts to creep in until when somebody asks you, are you okay? You start crying. It's like, and it's so tricky. I told my wife after that, I said, wow, oh my God, who am I? In the last 6 months, where is the old Azlan, And when I wrote 2 of those tracks on YouTube, I realized, think about church, right? Nobody's going to go to church to hear the pastor talk about how crappy his life is. They're not there for that. To truly change yourself, you have to be of value to the listener. And you have to go, you know what? Expect the best. Life is going to do you well. And I would tune into that because I want to be up there. I don't want to know about your problems. I've got my own problems. And so then it changed my way of thinking as well. Like, wow, I need to expect the best. I need to preach from this position of strength, not from weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then it hit me. I was talking to my wife and suddenly my eyes has this thing, when I fix my lens, it clears up. Ooh. It slowly clears up within an hour or two, but now I can see again. So it's very interesting how my body reacts to, and my wife was like, oh my gosh, you're like psychosomatic, your body just changes. And I said, that's how my body is, and so that's one thing. Yeah. I've changed. I'm starting to be on this journey of expecting the best. Now I'm going home, I'm saying, you know what, Dad he might be frail, but I'm going to expect the best. I'm going to be the best for him. I'm going to stay in my power.
Love it.
And I'm not going to be weak. I'm not going to be afraid of, my brother blowing up or my mother's talking.
You're coming into your own.
No.
You are coming into your own. I love it.
But it took so long for me to really realize that I was on this path of spiraling. And then the value bit. Remember how I told you how I didn't feel valued? I said, Mama, I've never really asked for anything, but I've been a good son. I've been a good son. I've been a good child. I've been a good husband. I've been, a good dad. And I want a new PC. My PC is 6 years old. We sell this clinic. All I want is 12,000 ringgit, which is about 4,000 Aussie. I want to pamper myself to, a RTX 5070 Ti PC for myself. I've never had that. I deserve it. After all that I've done, I didn't say that, but in my head I was like, Mama, I really want this. I feel I deserve it. And then she just wrote back, permission, request granted. And I finally feel it's not their fault for not giving it to me. It's because I've not asked. I've never asked.
You were not a very good receiver.
No.
A good giver, not a good receiver.
And I've given them everything. I've given my brother Alienware, $20,000 machines, and I never asked. And I felt like they will keep demanding for my time, demanding for my attention. Hey, when you go back, make sure you spend time with your brother. Hey, make sure you spend time with your dad. It was all take. And I was drowning in that. There was no value here for me. What is my value in this thing? You are taking from me. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to ask for my value. And then I spoke to my manager and her manager, and I said, I need support now. I want to develop my communication skills. I want to get training in this. I started asking for stuff now, and I demand my value now. It's time, And I was, wow, this week was crazy powerful for me. Wow. It was massive, And so now I feel so empowered, and I want to start creating content that inspires people based on my pain, but coming from strength, as opposed to that video. I'm going to publish that video just to show you what kind of a mindset I was in, but I was coming from weakness. I
would put a top and tail on it.
Yeah.
So frame it.
Yeah. I was thinking of that too, right? And wow, it was such a victimization sort of lens, Oh man, everything's, you know what? I'm just going to try one step at a time. It was just there was no strength in that. There was no strength. And then I thought about what you said about because my wife then said, don't just pretend to be happy. I said, no. I know now. I've allowed myself, we talked about grief, remember? And we said how it's okay to feel it, validate it, but always remember to come out of it and not stay there, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to try.
Yeah.
It just will flow gracefully, organically. You'll move out of it because you honored it.
Yes. I feel like that's the stage that I'm in. I'm grateful for it because, wow, has it changed my perspective from what I'm going to be publishing on YouTube to what I'm going to be asking my mom and my family for, what I'm going to be asking for my work for. It changed. My whole studio is going to change as well. It was like a rebirth, So next year, our studio is going to look a bit different. I think from the user point of view, it won't change because it's just going to be a lot clearer with the cameras zooming in. But that might change too because I might have a third camera there coming it this way. And then we're going to do plants and everything. And so I think it's going to be a process next year where I'm going to expect the best and I'm going to be the best.
Do you see that we're reinventing ourselves? We're reinventing the space.
Yes.
And it doesn't stop.
It's amazing. I'm grateful now. It's self-pity and self-victimization, is such a trap.
It is a trap.
It's like a honeypot.
I know. And see how easy it is. This is why we can't judge people who are trapped.
Yeah.
Because we know how elusive and seductive and the gravity is strong. And when your brain is operating from a place where free will is hidden, that's hard. Because you're in a fixed perception and it's downward spiraling.
And it takes over,
It does.
And my wife was like, I've never seen you like that before. I asked you this and you just burst out crying. And it was like, wow, was it so tricky? And then I realized, even at work, it was impacting my work,
She's probably saying, you got to stop seeing George. I don't know what he's doing.
No. A lot of what you've said has allowed me to get to where I am right now. I would not have accepted grief.
No, I'm joking. Look, the thing is this. You're opening up. You're starting to care about how you feel. And in that, you're starting to peel back things that have locked you into an identity that had passed its use-by date. And you're going through a metamorphosis and you're almost finished it, like, and then when you finish it, it's the next metamorphosis will show up. Whatever's going on. So it's okay. It's beautiful. But I love the fact that you just started this podcast and it flowed out of you. Because you're sitting authentic in your experience of where you're at, what's going on, where you've been, where you've saddled up into comfortably, proud to know that you're being something you are so grateful to be. That's very special.
It's going to be good. I feel like I'm on the right path now. I always say this, right? But, it never changes, a work in progress. But I feel there's this concept. I forgot what one of my managers said, something about persistent, there's a word, movement forward, Oh, yeah. And I feel like I'm moving forward every single time. I don't feel like I'm stagnant, and that growth is what I really, really enjoy. But yeah, self-pity and self-victimization, guys, sometimes you have to really look at what's happening, what is the story you're telling yourself, and really watch it. Because if you're not careful, you're going to go deep in that rabbit hole, and oh my God, is it hard to pull out. And then you start thinking that everything is happening to you and you are powerless. And that's when it all goes to hell. Work will fail. Everything fails.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I have to turn around now. Let's go. And then I walked outside and I came back home. I went for a walk and I was like, I feel like I'm a different person now. And she's like, and she says, there is no chance. So,
do you know that sound in the back? These guys show up now. I hope it's not every Wednesday or every second Wednesday, but they show up. I saw them take out their machinery I don't know what they're doing, because it's a national park here. I don't know what they're doing, but anyway.
Oh no, that's my gardener.
It's your own. You're the one booking your gardener on a Wednesday during a podcast.
No.
Can you believe this, people?
No, it's not me.
It's
my father-in-law.
You need to create a schedule. This is when.
But you know what's funny though? It doesn't pop up on our.
Isn't that
feed.
Awesome?
Yeah. I think there's a gating thing here.
Yeah.
So like the fan didn't pop up as well.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
It's amazing, the technology, because it's just frequency, and you can program algorithms to be cancelled out that don't fit. That's amazing. Oh, by the way, I'm enjoying this coffee.
I have to go get a new one now.
He gave me his beans.
Yeah, I was literally
lucky it's enough. Look how strong. Look at the color. Look.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, that was the learning that I did in the last year, and I'm so excited for what's coming in the new year. I've learned a lot about lighting. We've been doing it wrong. We are supposed to be filming on the dark side of our faces. The light is supposed to be coming from here.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to change it all up. Everything is going to change, and learned a lot. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
That's what's been happening with me, and I'm excited to share my journey with you guys. I'm going to start creating videos about expecting the best and how self-victimization and self-pity is a trap, and how to notice it and how to get away from it.
Now, we started the Asian Sensation Project, I don't know.
Last week? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And did you fathom that you would be feeling this way 2 weeks later?
No, I think it was I think the timing was just so freakishly perfect, because I started asking myself, if I want to reinvent myself, I want to post YouTube videos, how am I going to do this? What's my engine? And then I thought about my son. He's my engine. I want him to hear me be vulnerable, and I want him to tune into me when he's sad and realize, oh, dad is going through some stuff, but I don't want to be too heavy. But that motivates me to want to post. So my video, and then we talked about the value thing, that popped my brain. Remember how you said how you're only delivering value to 10 people?
Yeah.
Why don't you expand that? And I thought, okay, that's a great idea, but what's the engine?
Yeah, wow.
What is the engine? The viewers who are watching, I don't know you. You're not my engine. What is it? Yeah. And so I looked at my son, and we were talking about feelings, and he got bullied at school, and then I said, okay, I'm getting bullied too sometimes at work. And so let's go through this together. And then I go, oh, wouldn't it be nice if this is like a short TED talk, on my channel to talk about emotions, feelings, forgiveness, whatever it is. But me talking to my son as opposed to me talking to everyone, that would be my engine. That would be my real engine, because I would do anything for him 24/7. So I might as well use that now until before he becomes a teenager and starts hating me, and then I lose that engine.
And like
Expecting the worst. No, that's
yeah,
not good.
no. The catch is for you to truly model what you want for your son. You have to model what you want, what relationship you want him to have with himself. And the only way you can do that is by modeling that relationship with yourself. So when you're comfortable in your own skin, when you model a powerful vulnerability, not a victim one. Victim identity vulnerability is a very dark, downward spiraling, take everyone you can with you type of energy, where all ideas are just, what do you call it when you, contaminated. All ideas being shared with you could easily be contextualized to build, but instead you darken them, you pull other ideas that dirty that idea. So like, for example, that there's rarely one solution to something. Normally people come at things different ways and then they'll get there, right? And then often if you come up with an idea, it can resemble a glass, but it'll end up looking like a jug later, or end up looking like a pack of cards. In other words, it could really not even remotely look like what you started with. But when you've got that mindset of where am I going to take this idea so it becomes more relevant, more practical, and then other ideas start to come and shape it. Where am I going to take it from there? Where am I going to take it from there? Because you can build something into value, right? But the person in a victim identity mindset will take that idea and they will do the dark reverse to it.
Example?
They'll go, let me see everything I can come up with that will make that idea useless and not possible to believe in or build on.
All right.
And
self-sabotage.
And guess what? The imagination can easily weave in dark ideas to pull you down, as it can weave great ideas to pull you up, right? So it's just flipping. And then you want to then say, well, what world am I in? Am I in an abundant world? Am I in a world where the universe and God don't care about me and somehow made me exist to suffer? Is this the philosophy I'm subscribed to? Is this the faith I have, that I exist to be tortured, tormented, pushed down, and that no matter what ideas are around me, nothing's going to work for me? Really? You see, that's a choice. And when we are at a fork in the road and we go, if I was to put all my eggs in one basket, because normally it's not a good strategy for investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But there's an exception to every rule. And if the basket is your self-worth, that you belong and that you exist from the unseen, that is divine and powerful beyond comprehension, and loving beyond comprehension, and intelligent beyond comprehension, because how could something weave in forms that are so intricate with trillions of contexts interweaving into skeletal structure, ligaments, muscle, organs, neural firing, electrical charges, magnetic fields, gravity? How could something weave in such incredible dynamics for the experience with you gifted free will, with your ability to glide through the ideas, to choose the form that interacts with those forms? I'm sorry, but that is trippy, cool, incredible.
Yeah.
And when you settle into that magic with authentic gratitude, not feigned gratitude. Oh, I should be grateful. I'm going to grab a gratitude rock and I'm going to remind myself, I can be grateful, be grateful, be great. That's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a
That's
ritual.
a tactic. It may work a little bit initially, but the brain goes, yeah, not buying it anymore. You got me a little bit. It was a pattern and I started to fall for it, but I need something more richly contextual for me to trade on.
Mm-hmm.
So what I just did before, I was literally talking facts, was I not?
Yes.
With the unseen, with weaving all these contextual forms into a dynamic nature.
Yep.
That is fact because we live in it.
Yep.
Right? But do we really question how is it possible for all of this to have formed and keep evolving and expanding? And why are we gifted the fractal power of it? Because we have an imagination. We in our flow activate our intuition with our imagination. We have a free will. We feel. We know there's a sense of desire to belong, to be one, but also to honor the individuality of being a fragment within everything. When we really come to terms with that, then that philosophy must be the all eggs in the basket for us. We have to go all in for that because you will never ever be given certainty beyond the certainty you decide must be true for you. It's a personal commitment because your free will is the most precious thing that holds your individuality in the real estate of existing.
Whoa. Preach. Hallelujah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I love this truth. I love whatever words we can conjure to do justice to it.
Right.
And now it does sound like right, hallelujah, amen, yeah,
Amen.
hallelujah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. They always do that.
Yeah.
There's always one person in the crowd. Yes. Amen. Yes. Yes. Have you been to church?
Yes, I
It's
have.
me and my wife, and sometimes I do that too. Yes. And then my wife goes, Amen.
Stop it.
Yeah. She tries. And you know what pisses them off more than anything? If you sing the song, because they sing, right?
Yeah.
Part of the congregation, they stand up and sing. And nowadays it's like a band. It's not like old school music. And they sing, and then you sing, like really sing, and you're a non-believer. And then they'll go, "You're just singing words." I said, "I know, I enjoy the song." It's like, but you don't believe it. But I like the music. Have you listened to some of their music? It's really good.
Yeah. Look, music is powerful, as you know. We talk about this. And
It pisses them off.
And why wouldn't music find its way in religion and faith? Because it alters states and it carries it into what everybody wants to want and feel and think.
Yeah.
Like, so why wouldn't great melodies and rhythms come? Because a lot of people who compose music who have strong faith, they obviously surrender into an altered state of flow and weave in some amazing, melody and messaging. And so why wouldn't you love it?
Yeah, why not? It's a beautiful, beautiful sort of vehicle for you to get into that mindset of receiving, the receiving the message. It really puts you in a state of mind. I like it. I think it's really smart. But anyway, we're digressing. Free will. You talked about commitment, right? And if you look at my path of this YouTube thing, I have been nonstop trying to figure out how to get into this. And it's so funny how that commitment, every time I think I found a way, I've got another way, and then this way, and then that way. But there is this persistent going, I need to shift a bit here. Maybe this is what's missing, the engine. Maybe my style is missing. Maybe I'm too negative. Maybe I need to be more valuable. And that journey is part of the growth. But I can see what you're saying when a person goes, you know what, I already tried for 1 year. It's not going to happen. I got all the best kits. I got the best everything. Nobody's watching me. It's not going to happen. So it's so easy to go down and go, you know what, it's not working.
Yeah.
But then that persistent going, like you and your music, you know, there's a lot of joy in it for you, and you keep going and going, and it's become therapeutic now for you. For me, it's therapeutic to find my way, which is bizarre.
Exactly. But you know, I have noticed, and I didn't know this was going to happen, but everybody knows this happens to all of us. When you are engaged in something intimately, persistently, with pure devotion, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and new layers are discovered that wiring into your brain, and you are evolving and becoming a master of what that is, simply because intimacy with anything, any relationship you have with anything, with a level of consistent intimacy, is going to reward you 1,000-fold with who you become in the mastery with that intimate purpose with it.
I love that.
You with me?
I am totally with you.
It's not wasted. And my biggest dilemma for my caring of people and humanity is that I don't see people being intimate with one thing long enough.
Right.
But we are designed to go deep, and we are designed to activate dimensions of us.
Right.
Flow states is part of that mechanism where we just suddenly keep unraveling more and more, and we're transforming with it, and eventually. So for me to get to 150 songs now, I could tell you that probably by 30 songs, I was noticing I was getting better. By 60 songs, I was really getting much better. By 100 songs, I was killing it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah, your track.
At 120, it's like, geez, man, I'm on a platform here.
Yeah.
The last 10, maybe 15 songs, it's another level again.
Right.
And one of the recent songs I wrote that I think we played, I can't remember whether we had, I wrote it in 15 minutes. And I had that phenomena of stay out of your way, stay out of your way. It was a song called I Want to Be. Stay out of your way. What is it that happened to me where I could actually feel something there, and I didn't have to think, but I was aware that there was a temptation to think, and I kept it at bay while it came out in 15 minutes.
Ooh, I can totally relate with that, yes.
And I think a lot of listeners can, because often you will find yourself passionate about something, and then suddenly those things start to happen to you. It's beautiful, isn't it? That is a portal.
Yes.
We are divine beings, and we're lost in flesh-bone identity, fixated into a personality, classified into IQ numbers and status and net worth. We are being boxed in and fixed and rigid into things that were really just temporary phases for experience. And we've got to reclaim that dynamic, true divine self. It's a journey home.
I love that. And it's so tempting, like you said, when you're in the flow, your mind wants to come in and slap on that thinking layer, and then it suddenly becomes, if you follow that thinking layer long enough, it becomes heavy.
Yeah.
And then you get stuck.
Indecisive.
Yeah.
Now you're
Too many things.
You're just throwing mud at a wall now with your thinking.
Yeah.
And then you're arguing with yourself, like, I don't like it. It's horrible.
It becomes very technical, but not free flowing. You know, there's like layers of technicalities that you're trying to. You know, I always think about a songwriter like P. Diddy, right?
Yeah.
So Diddy, he tried really, really hard to get his album Play to hit to smash box office records. This guy was working like non-stop, right? Like he was bragging about how he was working non-stop, and it just didn't click. Whereas his other early days music, he was just having a good time. And it was no thinking, you know, it was just, let's just sing this song. Let's just, oh, you got a remix, let's do it. And it was fun, at that time, because I followed him quite a bit way back when, because his music. So I noticed when he was really trying so hard,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
I have to say to you, and maybe we'll play complacency later. We get complacent because what allowed us to flow into uplift, suddenly everyone is adoring the outcome of that uplift. You with me?
Okay.
Like, in other words, the songs he produced.
Yep.
They're going, hey, these songs are you. We love these songs. We love you. We want more of this. And suddenly the songs become his identity of status. So before that, they weren't there. They were just coming out. Right? Because he was just playful, enjoy, creating, expressing, letting himself just be whatever he wanted to be and let the music be what it was going to be. Right? But then it changed. It flipped. And suddenly he was trying to reclaim that he was trying to perpetuate what now he believed he was. An incredible artist who could do what everybody's telling him he could do. And now he's fixated on protecting his identity. And when he started to protect his identity, he killed his growth. You see, he was growing through that process effortlessly because he was experimenting. He was giving himself permission to just feel what he's, experiment with something to see if it matches what he's feeling. And it was and intuitively he was getting good at it and forming something pure, right? But now when you're in your head trying to recreate your past, well, your past wasn't created by recreating your past. It was in servitude in the moment to your heart, and you allowed the portal to bring in the material, right? And so now you're just trying to protect your identity as it's almost like we get tricked into demigod identity, where I'm a hotshot. I have to now work harder because I have to protect this platform of I'm a demigod. And I'm sorry, but you may produce stuff people still like,
but it's empty.
But it's more rehashing of the past. It's not the flow.
I have one good example of someone who followed his path.
Yeah.
You know PewDiePie?
Yeah. Vaguely. Yeah.
He is this Canadian guy, I think it was. He started his career with playing games, free games. People would send him games, and then he went into Minecraft, and then he exploded. He became like this guy who just plays games and says funny things. And then after 10 years, he said, "I'm done. I'm going to bring you guys on a different journey." He moved to Japan, and then it was his journey about acclimatizing to Japan.
Wow.
And his whole thing shifted. No more gaming, more weights, Japan, food, culture, scenery.
He had a relationship with people, and he took them on an adventure with him.
But it's so scary to do that because everybody wants, if you think about it, right? I'm a content creator. I'm earning $50 million. I'm known for Minecraft, playing games. And suddenly now, I'm going to move to Japan and make myself a lifestyle channel? Like, what the hell is going... What about my fans? Like, protecting that identity.
Well, they're growing.
With you.
They're not living in Minecraft all their life.
Yeah.
They had their phase. They loved the joy you gave them. And now they're growing up and they want to see the world. And then you go and show them a part of the world and a new lifestyle. It's actually genius.
It's so brave though. Like I would, in his position, I would question that. I'm going, I know my viewers, but maybe there are new viewers coming in and maybe I need to still go to Minecraft to get my 50 million a year. You know, like, and so, but you're right. He's taking that path of just bringing his current followers with him and going, I don't care who leaves, who stays. If you want to know more about me, then let's go.
Yeah.
And then he started doing different things. And I love that. It's brave. It's very brave for me. I feel it takes a lot. Like, I can imagine if I keep doing this YouTube channel and then suddenly I change to tap dancing, or guys, I'm done with this YouTube thing. I don't want to be on TV anymore. I want to start cooking for fun. And I'm going like, oh wait, I'm the guy who inspires people, talk to people. Now I'm just doing something useless like cooking. I don't know, but I will think about that. I will actually think, but maybe because I'm still early in my growth of my
Yeah,
identity.
no, and it's natural to think about that and think, oh, well, what does my audience want? Well, remember, that audience grew because you tapped into what you wanted and you lived it authentically.
Right.
And that tapped into all the people that wanted to live that authentic expression.
Ooh, didn't think about that. It's almost like I know a friend who does cards, right? And now he's going to dancing. And I was posting stuff on dancing, like him going in Broadway shows, and it's a very different, different.
But the thing is, Azlan, it's like, who are we? Are we one-dimensional people that are meant to, meant to have like one interest, and everyone has to now relate to us? Oh, he's the card man, and he's the rapper, and he's the. It's like, why aren't we multi-dimensional?
Yes.
Like it's like my life. I don't want to be just seen as he just writes a lot of music. Nah, that's just one part of my life. Yes, it's soul level and it's important to me, but personal development, systems thinking, tech platform development,
Funny father,
philosopher, funny father. But do you know what I mean?
Coach.
Like I like philosophy, coaching practice, coaching academy. Like all these things were really just my genuine passion, and I let them fit. But I did at one stage, I have to say to you, a long time ago, I would come up with ideas that would excite me, and then off I go thinking I'm going to make it happen. And what I noticed is that I was spreading myself too thin.
Too thin.
So being too creative and having entrepreneurial energy where you come up with stuff, it can have, it's a curse if you don't have your intuition anchored with purpose, where there's momentum being built in a direction for it to compound. Because you can usher things and none of them break through. None of them create a sustainable value exchange.
Right.
And so all you're doing is exhausting your energy with the initial impulse of excitement of something. And then you've got how many? 7, 8, 10, 12 of these things happening? You go nowhere.
Yeah.
So I remember realizing this and saying to myself, okay, that's it. I now make a vow to myself. I will focus on one thing only, and all my ideas and everything I do must serve that.
And what's that one thing?
I forgot.
I completely relate to you. You know that I have a Facebook page called Business Ideas Australia.
Yeah.
And that was when I just came to Perth, and my mind was running everywhere. I was trying to build contraptions for Ubers. I was trying to build contraptions for the mining things. It's just everywhere, when you are in this state of like creativity. And then I was trying to do I almost got into a home growing, like a refrigerator, but not refrigerator, like a greenhouse. And I almost went into that as well with another guy here who lives here. I picked him up in Uber, and then your mind keeps going everywhere. And then the clinic, and then this, and then that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, for you to be able to focus on just one thing and go, I'm going to be like you said. But okay, in this YouTube channel, like this coaching or whatever, what does that mean? Like I know now, like I'm focused on this one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer distracted by small things and small ideas,
Gotcha. Because your purpose is strong. I remember personal development was the initial landing on, like if you're going to land on a target and there's a bullseye and there's a ring around it and a ring around it, and that you're going to land close, but you basically want to get to the bullseye. I landed on the personal development pad on the rim going, this is it. I care about living my dreams and hacking how to do it so that nobody in any situation can be prevented from getting there themselves. That's personal development, right? Then on that journey of commitment where I no longer care, even if I come up with great ideas that can change the world, even if I come up with inventions that can be amazing. By the way, some of these inventions happened 10 years after I came up with them. And my wife to this day goes, you actually thought of that 10 years before it finally happened. It's like, I don't care. Like, so what? I care only for personal development, right? Now, when you do land on that pad, the bullseye for me was distilling the truths that make personal development pop. Now, what I mean by that is there's personal development, there's knowledge, there's philosophy, there's cool tactics, there's, things you could do. And everyone's doing a good job at bringing good ideas and creating fads. But I wanted it to be more than fad, right? I wanted to go deep into the pure principles and processes. And then I wanted to do something more than that. So I came in on the target closer to the bullseye on frameworks and process. That was EP7, Empowered for Purpose in 7 Steps.
Right.
Right? Then the bullseye, I went in and guess what I found? Systems. Because you see, that's replication. So
Scalable.
So I'm coming into the target and I'm loving the fact that I can empower through a program people to empower themselves.
Right.
You see, the truth is you're not really empowering someone else. You're just creating the environment for them to empower themselves, right? That's the truth, right? Otherwise, we'll be negating free will. What am I? A freaking fairy godfather, come with a wand. I make your life better. Whoa. Rubbish.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you make my life better without me growing into it so I own it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Actually, if we put that to an extreme, oh, what do you want? Lamborghini? There it is. What do you want? A castle? There it is. What do you want? The best,
The best podcast.
the best spread? The best spread? Fine.
Yeah,
What do you want? 10 million audience on your podcast? Fine. Yeah. Come on, keep going.
Yeah.
Eventually, as this all lands, you don't have a relationship with it.
No.
You don't have a journey with it.
There's no intimacy.
Right? And then you'll drive the Lamborghini and it's a jaw run and all that. But there's no sense of foundation that brought you to a place where the Lamborghini resonates with you in your life.
It's true.
The 10 million people, you didn't grow with them. You didn't become something that got you to 10 million, right? So this nonsense of, I just want things to happen for me. It's not true. It's not how deep in who we are. It's not really what we want. What we want is to become that which makes that happen. Become that which makes that happen. And when you become it, and the sustainable value exchange clocks a reality for you, you know you're resonant with it. You are in deep relationship with it. You belong to it and it belongs to you.
Yeah.
But not if someone's waving a stupid wand.
Yeah, that's right.
Not a lottery win. Because look at even what happens to people with lottery wins. Their life gets worse because they didn't build relationships with abundance and money to a place. And therefore, everything they're doing, there's a sense of disconnect. And eventually, they live a lifestyle way beyond what they built to. Right. And suddenly they're in debt. And then they lose everything because their cash flow is, sapped all their savings. They didn't know how to build. They didn't know how to build assets. They didn't know how to leverage, because a lot of people, hear these stories. So it does come down to who we're becoming. And so, look, are we good at knowing how to become that which is compatible with what we want? Generally, it's not even in our culture yet.
Yeah.
It's starting to change. I do see it. It's definitely starting to change. And there's a lot of beautiful people just being vulnerable, challenging themselves, sharing their experiences of changing, reframing, shifting, testing, sharing their failures. Like there's a lot of that starting to happen, and I love that, you know. But as you can see, institutions are not that, and we are not educated from very young, you know, when we're most impressionable to become that. We're not.
Yeah, you're right.
And so if you really think about what is the holy grail of honoring our children, it's to help them fall in love with the responsibility to love their dynamic nature, love their free will, love their imagination, know that their intuition is real, and to start to trade from who they are, to always know, number one, who do I need to become? And what is that becoming? What is my mind interpreting? Am I interpreting? Because everything is there around me. Am I interpreting? Am I decoding what I want so I can build sustainable value exchanges? If you don't see it, you got work to do.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
You look back now, reverse engineer for you, all the times you went into flow, uplifted, built something to a level and were proud of it. You were doing that, weren't you? You were actually challenging yourself to see what you knew was there, and you refused to believe it wasn't there. And you found it every time. You were challenging your mindset to reframe until you saw the ideas that solved any stuckness, any barrier. You did that. And everybody that I've deconstructed at their best at something was doing that. So in 15 years, I learned from sitting with a lot of people that everybody reclaims their adaptive nature where they are flying, flowing, loving life. And then the areas where they're stuck, they're not. They're not becoming. They're not. And then when I show them the reasons why they're not, they're kind of a bit shocked because the reasons are never valid. So I think that's just part of the experiment of being human, to be honest. The fact that our brain can interfere with our adaptive nature, our true identity to be dynamic, but we are meant to make that brain our tool, our servant, not let it dictate the world that we're in. Because the world that you're in is very different to everybody else. Two people on a roller coaster, one's in heaven, one's in hell. The brain is so subjective, so fallible, so gullible, yet where is our awareness to observe it? Where is our awareness to contemplate what assumptions it's trading on that is misrepresenting the truth of our self-worth and the abundance of life?
Yeah.
Where is it? Because generally, we're not dipping out of it, reviewing, reevaluating, rewiring, and then going for the ride of the benefits of that, and then rinse and repeat. But I believe that's where we're headed. Humanity's consciousness will accelerate when we normalize reframing, reinventing the brain, rewiring, knowing it's a duty because our heart desires adventure, dignity, love, fun, sustainable value exchanges.
Yeah.
And the brain needs that management for it to happen.
It all comes. Well, that resonated so well with me because you said, one is hell, one is heaven. It really is rooted in faith of what is the nature of the universe, of life.
It really is.
Some people say, we're just here to suffer, and then the whole life will be painted with that lens, and then you just live like that.
It's like what ideas are you going to decide have to be true for you?
Yeah.
Because could the universe be that elegant that whatever you decide, you will live?
Yeah.
I mean, that is trippy, isn't it?
Will.
That we could be amongst each other and having completely different realities.
Same environment as well.
Why? Why are we having different realities? How is that possible that we could be on the same planet and have 8 billion different realities
Yeah.
that do intersect. There's a lot of similarities, but that's only because we are subscribing to the same ideas. I mean,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
and why is there a small percentage of people that don't subscribe to mainstream, status quo, dogmatic ideas? Life is hard. It's a jungle. Everyone wants a piece of you. No one's really that grateful. Nothing I do ever is going to work. Why are we so... It's like a zombie apocalypse. We've subscribed to a soulless set of ideas that degrade us. Really?
Yeah.
I love the way you opened up this podcast, where you went, I saw 2 subscriptions.
Yeah.
One subscription to
Yep.
trashing myself and my life, and the other one to actually decide to trade into higher levels.
Yeah.
And you realized this is actually a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. You were an observer in that moment, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were an observer, and you made an incredible choice.
One thing that really helped me as well is I Googled expecting the best podcasts. I didn't care what I was listening to. It
Yeah.
was Christian or Islam, whatever. I was listening to it.
Yeah.
And then they got me back to my power.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
Immersion.
you need that help, you know,
Yeah.
because sometimes when you're so deep in the darkness, you don't know how to
Well,
get
there's
him.
your biohack.
Yeah, that's the biohack for the day.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. That was organic. Whenever you are a product of an environment you are suffering from, take control of that environment and push your brain and immerse it into what product you want to become. And that's what you did. You took charge. You grabbed the physical, which is watch this, watch that, immerse yourself. Make your brain have wave after wave
Yes.
of ideas that your heart wants, and wait. And what happened to your brain when you did that?
Oh man, I get goosebumps talking about it because I've been immersing myself with expecting the best, expecting the great. I've watched all of the YouTube videos in the last 6 days, and I feel powerful. And now it's like a reset. You know, I'm literally washing away my expect the worst thing. You know.
Can you share on this podcast
Sure.
links,
Sure.
half a dozen links to all the ones you watched?
I will.
And that way listeners will go, all right, let's do this. Let's upgrade the operating system and immerse and become a product of expect the best. And the point here is this. Oh, by the way, it's biblical.
Some of them are.
No, what I mean is
Oh.
if you tug on God's robe long enough, God will answer.
Yeah.
Right? In other words, if you decide the best exists and you keep deciding it's there and you keep going and looking and tugging on the robe of the best,
Yes.
then expect it to
Yeah.
answer. You see,
Expecting it. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a powerful word.
expect it to answer, because you know when we talk about the brain so selective in what it's decoding, and that there are 4 billion bits of information per second, and we're only decoding 2,000. Well, beyond your 2,000 is the best that you are yet to connect to. It's all there. It's right there. And when you said about the eye, it starts to get clouded. It's like, well, that's a strong metaphor for you just won't see the clarity of what's there constantly. We don't climb mountains to get where we need to get to. We reframe and find that we're already where we need to be. And for me, it's like, that's why I believe in magic. I think we talked about this in the past. Pulling a rabbit out of a hat is not a bad gimmick. If magic was real and someone pulled a rabbit out of a hat, it's very impressive, ooh, wah. But it's just a rabbit. And it came out of a hat, maybe from a quantum realm. Yay. Love the symbology of what it means, but it's just a fucking rabbit. How about the magic of someone who thought the world was dark and everything bad was going to happen to them, and they walked into the light and lived in the golden realm where everything great was going to happen to them.
And expecting it too. The expectation bit is so powerful, you know.
To go from lead to gold.
Yeah.
That is the alchemy that I care about. That is the magic that means something. So if you're in a form that disconnects, like lead is not a conductor, and then suddenly you're a form that's electric and connects, you've just gone from lead to gold.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more impressive than pulling a rabbit out of a hat. We live in real magic. We just needed to understand that the process doesn't take away from the magic. You with me?
Yeah.
Just because you see something was one form and then it becomes another form, but you didn't see the process of metamorphosis that made it so, doesn't take away from how special it is.
Yeah.
You see, I loved the process. I wanted to pull the curtain on the process and go, what is going on here?
I'm starting to love the process.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it now. And I'm seeing myself unfold. And, you know, you talk about the bullseye. For me,
Yeah.
it's mixed between being authentic and self-improvement.
Yeah.
And there's and the other bigger part there is humor. Or it's I'm still trying to figure out which is which, you know, but I'm sort of holding
Maybe
in.
it's ingredients to a cake.
Yeah. So I'm
the deductionist that we fall into? Maybe it's an alchemy. Maybe it's an ingredients. Have you ever eaten a cake one ingredient at a time? It's just not a cake.
That's Azlan
Raw
baking.
eggs, coffee flour.
Yeah.
I don't like this cake.
Yeah.
Cake deduction. What? No, reduction. Cake reduction.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Was that the fad? Reduction.
Yeah, reduction.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because you talk about that as well. It's like you're trying to bullseye it, but maybe, like you said, that's the whole concoction, and you just ride with it, just like PewDiePie riding to Japan, and you just ride with it, and then eventually you'll hone in to a point where, but don't be so fixated on the bullseye. Just enjoy that process. Just grow with it,
Exactly. I couldn't control how I was going to get to the bullseye.
Right?
Each rim
Ooh,
gave me a platform
I like that.
to go deeper. Well, that's what you were just saying.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I experienced. I was not in control.
That's so good. That is so good because I'm trying to control where the bullseye is.
You control freak, you.
Yeah, I am. And that's okay. I'm not going to whip myself. I'm still on this path.
No, whip
I'm
yourself.
a work in progress. See, I've learned not to whip myself
Listen,
too.
the audience is used to you whipping yourself.
No,
How are they going to
I'm
relate
done.
to you? What?
I'm
You're
done.
done?
I'm not going to whip myself.
We may
anymore.
lose some audience members.
No, but that's the magic, isn't it? It's not to figure. It's knowing that your bullseye is forming, and it doesn't. Who cares what it is? Just keep going. Last time I was like, I want to be a joker. I want to be a funny guy. I want to be an inspirer. But maybe it's all of it, and then maybe it's going to be a year or two of everything. Like my journey of like you're going to Japan. You don't know anything.
Do you see how much you just lit up when you realized you
Yeah.
don't actually have to be deprived of what you're passionate about?
That's right.
And stop being compromised, thinking you have to choose.
Yes.
You don't.
Yeah.
It's all going to weave in, and you're not in control how it weaves in. You just have to be true to the next moment of the sustainable value exchange and your own adaptive
Oh, I'm getting
flow.
goosebumps now. It is so. I take it like let's use Japan as an example.
Yeah.
I'm in Japan. I don't know where to eat. I don't know where to go for groceries. I don't know, but I'm just going. I'm having a good time taking my followers around.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is the grocery store. You know, who knows? I might become a chef out of that, or I might start doing food vlogs.
Yeah.
But to take people on and to experience it as a process, as opposed to I need to figure out why I'm here in Japan. You know, what is my purpose here? What is my
Yeah.
and then it becomes this stress. You know, it's the same with your bullseye, with your style, with what you're trying to achieve. As long as you enjoy the process, like this is part of that process.
Exactly.
My script.
In control of what we're doing. we don't sit there going, oh my gosh, we need to work out what we're going to
Yeah,
talk about.
We'll just go.
Oh, but is that really what will get us people to listen? I don't know. Maybe we should do something. We're not that, are we?
Yeah, no.
We come in. We don't even know what we're going
No.
to talk about half the
No.
time. Sometimes, like
Life
today,
guides it.
you were ready to share with me because you knew you were going to share with me, and we flowed into it.
Yeah.
The point is, and you and I made this decision. Remember at the beginning, we said, "Look, let's do this for us. Let's just do it for us. If we're having a good time and no one's listening." We're just meeting up and having a good time.
Yeah, that's true. Having coffee, steaks.
I mean, yes, people can be flies on a wall and go, wow, these guys like each other's company.
Yeah.
They like what they talk about. They're passionate about life. They're passionate about different things. And they're growing together and they're bouncing off each other. Well, we already are the beneficiaries of what we're doing.
Yeah.
If everything is a bonus beyond that, it's got legs. It has sustainability. And remember, just like I got to 150 songs, what happened to me in the last 15 odd songs was just, once again, at a level. And it's going to keep going. And what's going to happen to us? Another level.
Yeah.
Another level.
New studio next year.
No. Yes, but also we are changing.
Yeah.
We are changing.
Yeah.
And we're happy for the adventure.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't know what our audience numbers are. I don't even look. I don't.
Me too.
I swear to you, I don't care.
Yeah.
And sorry. I do care in a sense that I want people to be with us and I want people to give us feedback and I want people to weigh in on their views. Of course, I would love that. But if I did everything with you for that, we'd lose our way.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
It's just the way it is, right?
I can't wait. I'm so excited about what's going to happen next year. I think both of us are going to go through a lot of changes, you know, me with my style and this studio and how we're going to put more videos up and music as well. There's your music on your end, there's skits on my end. I think now I'm more comfortable with just letting it flow and not beating myself up about I need to put a podcast on today. I need to do this today. I need to do this skit. I'm just gonna have a good damn time, like PewDiePie in Japan, and just take you guys on the journey and just evolve authentically, and just keep going. Yeah. Because you know us, right? Once we're on something, we're gonna improve regardless of what. We're always going one step.
Exactly.
We're always finding things and then like moving. You know?
Exactly. You know, it's like when a beautiful person says to me, George, let me show you something on the piano. Just play octave lower, higher, and the fifth so that whatever chord you're playing, you won't have to worry about your left hand playing the third note, whether it's a minor or a major. And that way you're creating the riff at the, you know, that you can experiment with at the bottom. And then you can just play whatever chord matches that. And then you can move around chord progressions. I swear to you, that's all he said to me. And then he showed it to me for a couple of minutes. From that moment, that was maybe 2 years ago. From that moment, I now get on the piano and my wife thinks I'm a concert pianist.
Wow.
Now, the truth is not, but when you listen to concert pianists, they're playing compositions that are so sophisticated, so intricate, but I don't. That's not me. I just get on the piano and I play something original that I've never played before, and I feel it and I love it and my wife loves it, and then it's gone. I don't remember it. It's finished. Then I'll do it again. At one point, I was doing it every day for months, just getting on the piano and just experimenting, discovering new chord progressions, new melodies, new rhythms, things to express. Oh, that matches what I'm feeling, and just building, right? And then it's gone, right? Now, I don't know why I do this in that way. I'd like to remember them. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to, but I just don't. To me, I just get in the river and it flows, and then everything goes downstream, And I don't, because in that flow, I'm not trying to remember. I'm just trying to express what I feel in the moment, right? But then, you know what I did? I started to pay attention to what I wanted to express that my hands wouldn't let me. Are you with me? And then I started to notice my dexterity in my hands was limited. So then I started to play with my fingers up and down, and I got faster and faster and faster and faster. Not on the piano, but I just developed habits. Then when I was getting on the piano, I noticed I could do runs faster. And then suddenly I was adding the third in the chord on the bass. And then I was starting to play with making up other bass line, you know, things.
Wow.
And then I started to do whatever I felt like doing with chord suspension, hitting 2 notes on the 7th chord but lower. Like I was just deciding, you know what, George, just keep playing what you feel, and you're hearing it, so you're learning what matches what you feel and what doesn't. And so just like I'm doing writing songs at 150, I made the keyboard be that journey too.
Right.
And it's the same thing with me developing EP7, and now it's turning into a perception management operating system. And then I create Dinnerverse with AI simulated, you know, characters to sit from past and present. And then suddenly I'm creating other applications. And then all this is intimate, go, deeper, love it, adventure. And then it takes you somewhere special, and now it sits on a platform. And then slowly, all of these things are platforms, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right? And each dive has its own reward. And it's the gift that keeps on giving as you go to the next level of deep, But there's one thing that makes that possible that most people don't follow. Stay tuned next week.
What a cliffhanger.
That one thing is this. Give yourself permission to experiment off feeling strongly what you want to feel. You don't do that, you're not honoring yourself. You're in your head. Feel strongly first, then start to play and go searching for what matches the feeling.
Love that.
If you do that in whatever you do, you'll be on a journey into layers and layers that will reward you. So no, I didn't make you wait 1 week. We delivered straight away. Here at the Reinvent You Show, we don't like to make people wait.
I don't know what that bit was, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to wrap up the show. I'm feeling very, very inspired now. I feel like we've unpacked a lot in this one.
Absolutely.
And I think the only way is up now.
Can we finish on
the
song Complacency? The reason why I wanted to play the song Complacency is because every time we achieve something great, we get tricked into trying to protect it.
Yes.
Like the example of Puff Daddy, and to be honest, all of us, right? And complacency is real, it's normal, and we got to normalize when it starts to kick in so that we can start to love not letting complacency take us down too far, and that we notice and we quickly take a deep bow and reconnect to our flow and then orchestrate the next uplift, right? So complacency, I'm just going to quickly connect to, here we are. All right, it's connected. Here it comes.
I might
trapped in a web of complexity. I'm tied, held back. Where's my ability? When the miles take their toll, with too much to take. After falling in the hole, only then do I hard to accept. I missed the mark at my best. I landed last. That brain too slow while life got fast. Complacency is a bitch, crashing me in a ditch. Complacency is a bitch, crashing me in a ditch. Complacency is a bitch, crashing me. Bring back my candy. I'm sick to pain to hold back profanity. Enough is enough. Is enough is enough. Is enough. Is enough. Is enough. With open eyes, they still lie. It's hard to accept I lost the fight. Just be smooth when all wrong. That brain messed up, but for how long?
Complacency in a ditch.
Complacency is a bitch, crashing me in a ditch. Complacency is a bitch, crashing me. I hate the sound of hitting the ground, spinning ball wheel, blowing them up. Can I turn it around now? With open mind, even shut eyes. I sense the target. I hit the mark with a new best. I will make less. That brain does work. I can change fast. Complacency
Oh my god, that was crazy. That riff.
Complacency is a bitch. Must change what I be. Complacency is a bitch.
Isn't it great that you can sing about complacency from a place of empowerment?
I turn it around now.
Turn it around.
I
Yeah.
can relate to this.
Come on, turn it around. You can do it.
Complacency is a bitch.
It ain't for me, man.
Complacency is a bitch. Must change
I must change what I do.
Complacency is a bitch. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Complacency, I'm out of here.
Amen. Dude, that is insane. The level of melody and the harmony and everything. That's freaking nuts. Dude, like, this was so different to what you showed me a year ago. Like, it's completely morphed into this
Yeah.
next level shit. Well done, man.
It's fun.
Well done.
It's fun.
And you look at all the stuff that you've, how you got here. You're playing with different genres. You know, you had the Nordic thing, you had the soul
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
What was that? What was 90s? No, that's not 90s. It's like a pop.
It's a fusion of R&B, soul.
Yeah.
I would probably say Bruno Mars. There's a lot of Bruno Mars in that vibe. There's a bit of Prince in that vibe. It's a fusion.
It's
a
amazing.
fusion.
It's amazing. I was blown away. Like, wow. And you know what I love about your music is whenever we do this thing, somehow,
It relates to what we're
the
freaking
brick
talking
walls.
about. Oh, yeah, that was funny.
That's insane. And this is about the I and how I'm getting out of this complaint. I'm out of here,
I'm turning it
Yeah,
around.
I'm turning it around. Yeah,
I'm
it's
turning it
great.
around.
I love it. I love it.
All
Guys.
right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
And give them a link to this song as well.
Yeah.
So you're half a dozen.
Links.
Add the link to the SoundCloud to that. And by the way, when you go to SoundCloud, if you don't want an account, on the top right, when it's trying to make you sign up, there's a cross and you can bypass it and still listen to the music. A lot of people don't realize that. But hey, you should join SoundCloud. It's free, and follow George V Musing, and because I've got 121
Yeah, the links are in the
tracks on
description
there.
below, guys.
Yeah.
Have a look. You can see his evolution of his music, and it's mind blowing. Just watch, like, go all the way back and then look at what he's done now.
All right, here's the $50. Thanks.
No, I genuinely mean it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody. But feel free to share, like and subscribe, and please share this video if you resonated with it, or anyone else who you think will be of benefit to this, listening to this podcast. I will see you next month.
Yes.
Ciao for now.
Thank you for joining the Reinvent You Show.
And remember, don't take yourself or life too seriously.